Hi traders, welcome to the channel. So today I thought I would make a fun video going over the main differences and methodologies when applying either price action trading or order flow trading. Now obviously this doesn't mean you have to use one or the other. I love both of them. If you follow my channel for a while, or if you're taking my trading courses, you know that I use price action, volume profile, and order flow on everything that I do, mostly focus on the futures market, on the E-mini. But again, this works on any market, especially order flow mostly will work on a futures market, more centralized markets with accurate volume data. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go here on the ES SP 500 futures chart and just go over something that happened last week in the trading week, and we're going to look at this trade setup first from a price action perspective, but then I'm going to show how you could go into order flow to get much more insight into this and help you have more confluence. So we're on a 1 hour chart, and as you can see, this was right after Christmas. The most markets made a new all-time high in equities. The S&P made a new all-time high right here. But then when we opened back up here, we closed the year a little bit lower. And then to the start of the year, you can see we've had a pretty bearish week to start off this year. Monday was a holiday because of New Year's, so it actually was a 4-day week. But you can see how on Tuesday here we came and we broke this significant swing low, this bounce that we made late on Friday. So this red level was very, very key. You can see we had a pretty perfect retest of this level before we continued down. Obviously, market structure, if we go by price action, you can see lower highs, lower lows. We're testing a broken swing, so we expect some kind of lower high again on this area to continue on this downtrend move that we're having on the 1 hour time frame. So now let's dig into the 5-minute chart, and we go back and let's look at this more in detail. So again, this is the swing level we're talking about. This was the high that we made. This was right around the London Open on Tuesday, the 2nd after New Year's. And then right after Europe opened, we started this big aggressive move down. Now, I'm going to go later into Sierra chart when we talk about order flow, and we're going to look at delta and footprint charts, etc. For now, this is all based on price action patterns and market structure. So you can see here we just had a little bit of resistance here. You can see we had 2 5-minute candles bouncing around at this swing low, but then we just blasted through. We came back up, and then right here around the late stages of the Tuesday session, we came in for this retest before we had a strong move to the downside here. So let's zoom in here now, and you can see right over here we have what's a lot of people call a bearish breaker or a broken base, a fake out. There's so many names for this pattern, but all we're looking at basically here is price made a new high right here. Then we stabbed that high into a significant level, which was the swing level we were talking about, and we had a very strong reaction to the downside. And instead of this holding and continuing now, a bullish structure, since we broke this swing high, we just came right back down and actually broke the low that led to this fake out right here. Okay, so this set up this gray box as our bearish breaker. This was the last down move that led to the fake break into a significant level before we reversed. And so now we're just looking for a retest of this bearish breaker here. You can also see we're leaving fair value gaps along these areas as well. So based on price action principles, our trade in here would be to look to get short right at this level with a stop right above the high of the failed breakout in this case. And you can see on here our obvious target for this trade, if we just look back, then would be this area of this swing lows that we had right here. So this would be the entry on this pullback, target, and the stop loss right over here. Okay, so this is purely based on price action patterns and behavior, how we could have set up that trade. If I bring in the short position tool right here, you can see this trade. If we would have done this and set this into the lows here, that would have been about a 1.6 R&R trade. So not a huge R&R, but you know, it was still a very nice structure. You could have been more aggressive with your stop too and just put your stop right beyond the breaker block here, and then that would have given you a 273 R&R trade. Okay, so that was purely a price action based trade setup right over there. Now let's go into Sierra chart and look at that same example, but now we're going to use order flow tools to help us in this trade. So this is the 1 hour chart. Don't pay attention to all these lines. This is all different VWAPs and things that I have on my higher time frame charts, but we're not going to use that for now on this example. But here we have the swing low level. Here we have the retest that we're talking about. And you can see this is a long-term volume profile that I have coming back many months back. And you can see too, we had a high volume node here, high volume node. And when we broke through here, we're actually going into a new volume node. So then that's one of my favorite patterns, is on a bearish market structure, look for retests into the top of a high volume node to target the other side or the point of control. This is all strategies I share in my trading courses if you want more details on there. But let's go now into the 5-minute chart. So this is the 5-minute chart. And you can see, let's first swing out here. Here I have my separate session volume profiles. And first of all, first thing I'm going to show you, let me expand this. I have cumulative volume delta on the bottom. That is measuring the aggressiveness of traders, aggressive buy and sell executed orders. And you can see, as we talked about here on this move, we made this swing low. We closed on Friday. We had Monday holiday. And then on January 1st at 6 p.m. when the futures markets open, very small range, very low volumes and volatility. And then right here, right at London open, which was right around this time here, a quick stab up. Then you can see we're holding VWAP. Then here we lose VWAP, but more importantly, look at the cumulative delta. It turned really, really negative, and we just plowed right through all these levels. Then we came over here a few minutes before the market opened right here. We just started trading sideways on the last hour from 8:30 to 9:30. Then 9:30 comes right over here. A lot of volume volatility obviously comes in because now the regular stock market hours are open. And then right here is the pattern that we were talking about when we were looking at TradingView. So I'm going to expand this. And you can see right here. Here we have the little high. Here we have the rate of that high, the fake out into the important level, and then we break down, and here we have the gray breaker block that I showed. You can see the session volume profile as well. We're making a big high volume node edge right on this area here, right on the area of the retest. In a moment, we're going to go into footprint and analyze what happened on this test. You can see a lot of wicks. If we look at the delta volume profile right here, you can see in this section, this is measuring the aggressiveness of buyers and sellers. And you can see pretty much this whole block that we have right here was all aggressive buying. This is all green, so we had a lot of aggressive buying right on this retest, hoping to break back above here, and they're all failing. Plus you can see the cumulative delta came down. Then we stayed mostly sideways on this chopping area, and then right here towards the end, aggressiveness in selling came right in, and then we had a very quick move down. So this was the setup for the trade. So now let's go into the footprint. Oh, by the way, this is a 5-minute chart, but now let's go into the footprint here. The footprint, this is the same chart in a 3000 tick. Okay, so this is actually the chart that I mostly use, but you can see same story here. We have the high, the raid, the breaker block right below, and then this is the retest that we have, and we're going to look at this in the tick footprint, which is going to give us a lot more detail than the minute. I like to use tick charts, which is another order flow tool that is not available yet on TradingView, and that I think is very valuable, especially day trading futures. And you can see right here, first on the retest of the level, you can see big aggressive buying trapped right at the top of this level, came down. We tested VWAP. Here's another divergence. We had big aggressive selling near the bottom. We have a green pin bar candle with negative delta. So this retest of VWAP gave us this pushback for our retest and entry into the breaker block right here. And then this yellow highlight that I have here was the key moment on here. This divergence candle where we have 60 delta, meaning there was more aggressive buyers than sellers. You can see all the choppiness, all the wicks trying to get through here, and then this was the divergence. A lot of traders, you can see here, lots of buying. All this highlights in purple, these are high volumes, and then in green on the right side, this is a volume by delta footprint. You can see aggressive buying near the tops, and then this candle, we have a bearish close here, and then right here you can see the shift in delta, how we went from aggressive buyers being stronger to now lots of aggressive sellers, just huge aggressive selling on that delta turning negative, and then we go from there. Okay, so if you wanted to take this entry based on footprint rather than just blindly shorting on an entry right over here on this retest, you could have waited for a confirmation like this candle. And then in this case, as soon as this candle closes and then we have this aggressive delta here, you could have just gone on a market short right over here and put your stop loss nice and tight right beyond this divergence here, and then you could have ridden this to the target. Okay, so that's pretty much it for the video. You can see how this is two ways of combining price action trading with volume profile and order flow trading in order to get better, more precise entries and more confirmation in your trades. If you want to learn more about all the strategies, make sure to subscribe to the channel, check out my trading courses, and I'll see you all in the next one. Take care.